Hi, and welcome to Medcan. My name's Cochran, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of the Medcan Group. At Medcan Australia, our ethos has always been around producing the highest quality indoor medicinal cannabis. We achieve this through a controlled, protected cropping environment. As you can see, we grow indoors. What growing indoors allows us to do is control every input that the plant gets, from light intensity through to environmental control, including temperature and humidity. Every input the plant gets is provided by us. What that allows us to do is to produce a product today that we can identically replicate in 2 years' time, ensuring consistency and continuity of supply. As you can see, we grow vertical. We've got 2 tiers in this flower room. What it really allows us to do is maximise the footprint of the building by growing the same canopy on the bottom tier and the top tier, doubling our capacity. The foundation of Medcan's facility and its cultivation processes really start with the mother plants. What you can see behind me is the genetic library that we have. When we're actually pheno hunting and looking for certain strains of cannabis, we have 3 key metrics that we look for. The first one being the THC content of the specific strain. Secondly, the biomass per square metre. So when we're sitting here, we've got an even canopy, even plant spread. It gives a consistent biomass per square metre throughout the entire room. From there, the third trait that we look for and the third key metric we're chasing is how quick does the plant flower. This strain in here at the moment, this actually flowers in about 46 days. So it's got a really short flowering cycle. It allows us to get 6 or 7 crops out of this room per year. Another interesting point within this room is bugs for bugs. So bugs for bugs are basically beneficial insects, and they're effectively predatory mites. Predatory mites will go out and they'll hunt things like fungus gnat larvae and other pests, and they'll actually kill them. Then they'll cannibalise and effectively eat each other, and then ultimately finish their life cycle and die. What that allows us to do is not use any pesticides whatsoever within the facility, and allows for one, a better quality of product. It's obviously safer and better for human consumption. So today's the date, harvest date. As you can see, if we look at one of these buds, the trichome development, it almost looks like somebody sipped icing sugar over this bud. You can also see the pistils have gone to this orangey brown colour. Behind us, the team are cutting the plants. As you can see, they're removing them from the trellis net. They'll cut them off at the base, and then the plants will get put into these totes, and the totes get run through into the dry room. The plants get taken through into the drying room and hung on the racks. From there, they'll spend 10 to 14 days until they're dry and ready for trimming. We're inside one of the dry rooms within the Medcan Australia facility. The amount of engineering that's gone into this room sees this dry room as one of the most advanced drying rooms for cannabis anywhere in the world. What you can see here is a perforated wall with a number of balancing louvers behind it. What this actually allows us to do is have horizontal linear airflow blowing through the plants that will be in this room. So we're in one of the packaging rooms within the Medcan Australia facility. All of our cannabis flowers, before they get packed into tubs, are given a final hand trim and obviously a QC inspection to check for size and quality of the nugget itself, make sure that there's no excessive sugar leaves or anything on there, and really grading the product that's ultimately going to go into one of the tubs. Once the guys finish their final hand trim, the product either goes into an end user 10 gram tub or it goes into a bulk bag. What we can see here is a 500 gram bulk bag of dry cannabis flower. And you can see the quality of the product. So once the final hand trim and inspection of the dried flower has been completed, we head over to one of these weigh stations. At these weigh stations, we're packing 10 gram tubs of dried flower. So you can actually see that this is a tub of finished flower, basically getting put into its final dose form. And from there, it goes to an induction seal and labelling process. So what we're looking for when we actually look at cracking the induction seal, this initial terpene profile. That's the first thing when a tub gets cracked that you experience is really the smell. From there, it's a visual inspection. As we can see, nice sized buds, well manicured. Once we actually pick them up, it goes back to looking at the moisture content. How well have they been dried? How well have they been cured? Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If any of these services interest you, please feel free to contact us.